Today I'm going to show you 5 ways to improve your existing content using some very quick AI techniques. I'm going to start with the basics. So like meta titles and descriptions, and they might sound fundamental, and they are, but you'd be surprised at how often they're overlooked or sort of not optimized to their full potential. They're sort of like your first interaction with your audience via the search engines, and getting them right can dramatically increase your click-through rates. Then I'm going to show you some more sort of advanced tactics, so things like content expansion based on information game, and how AI can sort of help us achieve a deeper and more engaging narrative that sort of search engines love, but people do as well. And also how to summarize sort of big chunks of content that sort of cater to the more fast-paced readers of today, providing them with like the essence of your message at a glance. And then lastly, we're going to cover how to create calls to action with AI. And a well-crafted sort of CTAs, it's not just a closing line, it's quite a powerful tool really that can convert your traffic into revenue. It's sort of where good content meets good marketing. So yeah, those are the things we're going to cover. So we'll start with meta titles, and sort of as an example, I've just put in best digital camera into Google here. As you can see, the best digital cameras for 2024, the best camera for photography for 2024, the best compact cameras for 2024, and they're all very keyword targeted, and that's fine. But a lot of people, they'll sort of instinctively, even in like the first page, you'll have a look and see which ones stand out. And this, like this one here, the 5 best point and shoot, it's slightly different, sort of catches the eye, but we can capitalize on that using AI. So as an example, let me just copy the best digital cameras for 2024. Now, anyone who's watched the channel knows I'm a bit of an advocate for Gemini when it comes to writing things like titles, metas, content itself. It's definitely worse in a lot of areas than some of the other bigger chatbots, but in terms of creating sort of compelling language, personally I think it trumps those. So what we can do is say something like, take this meta title, then give me some options that retain the keyword targeting but make it more compelling, or let's say clickbaity. Is clickbait even a word? Maybe. Pop it in there. Don't need this bit. And that should come up with a few. So here we go. I think Google's a lot smarter now with understanding the intent of the user, and obviously you need to have a dimension of keyword targeting. I don't think anyone's questioning that, but there's no doubt in my mind that if, for example, you'll often see a sort of search page that's just, it will be the best digital cameras, the best digital cameras, the best digital cameras, 3, 4, 5 of them, and having something like 5 digital cameras that will blow your mind in 2024, that's instantly something that's going to differentiate you from the competition and get people to click on. So that's one very quick change that you can do and test out and see what happens to your CTR. So the next one, again, fairly easy one, but generating some engaging meta descriptions. So with AI, you can craft very good meta descriptions that sort of succinctly summarize the page content while sort of integrating keyword targeting, calls to action, etc. And though meta descriptions don't like massively impact your overall ranking, they are like a vital thing to have in place for sort of user click-through rates. And having like a clear, relevant and engaging description can make the difference between a click and someone just like scrolling by, and that obviously directly affects your traffic. So as an example, let's say we did go with, I would normally use white content, but let's just say we went with 5 digital cameras that will blow your mind in 2024. So I would say, now take this title and craft me a compelling meta description that includes a CTA. And again, something like this one, short and sweet one. The future of photography is here. Explore 5 must-have digital cameras of 2024 that will elevate your creative vision. Click now to see the magic flow. That one's a bit cheesy, but when you would tailor it to the actual content in your page, having something there that is less generic and less of the simple keyword stuffing is going to make a very big difference to the people that click through to your site. Now, the next one is expanding your content based on information gain. And one of the things that people do, especially in the age of AI, is just stuff as much into an article as possible. And that is just simply not the way to do it. So you can use a chatbot to sort of analyze your existing content, and you can ask it to identify areas that either lack depth or could benefit from sort of more elaboration, or suggest additions that make logical sense to the intent of the user for that article, which obviously provides much more value to the reader, and it just like really helps with everything. But it certainly helps with ranking, and this is something that's actually fantastic for local SEO as well, which I'll touch on in another video. But yeah, it's just important because it's sort of expanding your content to thoroughly cover all the aspects of a topic. It really improves the authority of the page, but most of all, like the relevance. And more comprehensive content that makes sense tends to rank better in search engines, and it keeps readers engaged for longer, which can translate to improved conversions and higher revenue. Now, one way that we can do this, again, I'm just going to use one of these for example, but let's just use the top result. So we can take the content on the page, and I'll ask Gemini, but like I said, you can use any of them. I'll just say, take this article and give me some ideas for additions that would make sense from an information gain perspective. Google understands what information gain is. It probably has a deep knowledge of all of those Google patterns that we're talking about, and if you haven't looked at those, worth having a look. Right here, I clearly didn't add that in properly. Let's try that. Right, I'm back. I had to have a bit of a fight with Gemini. But anyway, we've got it working. And as you can see here, I've asked it for like some ideas for things that we can add that make sense for the sort of user, and it's come back with some actually really good ideas. So things on the technical background of cameras, so explaining sensor sizes, megapixels versus image quality, why lenses matter. That stuff might actually be very important to someone looking for the best camera for a certain use case. And again, like we've got here, the best camera for travel, like the best used camera. Like these are actually really good ideas that you could write very simply with AI and instantly boost the relevance of your content. So number 4 is summarizing content for sort of clearer messaging. So very easily you can use one of these to sort of condense long articles or pieces of articles into sort of a few key sentences or bullet points that sort of capture the core message of a section. And this is something you'll notice, like when you're scrolling through something on your phone, your eye's actually naturally drawn to bold bullet points and stuff like that, instead of sifting through the main, like we're the TikTok generation now, people. But yeah, it's especially useful for sort of longer form content providing like little key point bullets at the end of each section. They help sort of accommodate users looking for quick answers, and you can sort of improve their engagement and allow them to sort of quickly grasp the essential information, which in general sort of just increases satisfaction. It leads to return visits, sort of higher shares. It's just better for everyone. So the way in which we can do that, again, same article, but let's say here we've got this. This is not one of my articles, by the way. I'm just using it for an example. So I'd say take this block of copy and give me 5 key point bullets. And then once it's done its thing, there we go. It's giving me 3, but actually, to be honest with you, I would actually say that's a little bit too long, and I would say make them more concise. You want things that someone who's scrolling through just goes, yeah, I know that, and that. There we go, perfect. Excels in both stills and video, new sensor, benefits from Sony's class-leading subject tracking, some compromises, worth the price. Like, that is perfect for someone who's just sifting through on their mobile. The last one on our list is generating CTAs. This is something that, as you'd be surprised, a lot of people really sort of F up. But sort of a strong call to action converts readers into leads. It gets customers more sort of effectively. They have like a well-crafted CTA, or not even just one, like having them filtered throughout an article sort of enhances everything and just directly impacts revenue, traffic, and tailoring those CTAs to the content and to the reader can also improve the overall user experience, and you get repeat visits. So a way in which you can do that, I would say ask for, give me 3 CTAs for this article. 1 to guide users to read a more in-depth review. 1 to encourage a purchase, and another. Let's see what we get. But once you've got these, like, you need to have these filtered throughout. So someone may have read about that camera, they still don't know if they want it, but if you can get them through to a more in-depth review of that specific camera, you've got more chance of converting them into a customer, because they're just going to be on another page where you can offer more benefits, more things that are tailored to them. Similarly, another one, yeah, here, ready to upgrade, bang, you can look straight at the prices, and this one's great. If you're not sure if it's for you, explore our other top camera picks for 2024. The whole idea is that you want to keep the sort of customer in your funnel, and a great way to do that is just by using CTAs, and with AI there's no excuse not to create ones that speak directly to them. So hopefully those 5 sort of tricks help you out. They're very quick to do, they don't take a long time at all, definitely worth testing, and I'll see you soon with some more.